Hello, and thanks for checking out this presentation on MSc Exploration Geophysics at the University of Leeds. My name is Dr. Adam Booth. I'm Associate Professor of Applied Geophysics in Leeds School of Earth and Environment. Now, as a long-standing member of the Exploration Geophysics teaching team, I'm delighted that you've taken the time to investigate studying with us. What I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes or so is to give you some general background about the subject of geophysics and then to give an overview of our Exploration Geophysics syllabus. And I'll also fill you in on the next steps that an Exploration Geophysics MSc degree can enable for you. I hope that you'll get a feel for the opportunities that a geophysics degree in general will open up, but then be inspired to make an application to study with us. So first, what is geophysics? If you come from an earth science undergraduate background, then you likely know this already, but if you're viewing this with a physics, maths or computing background, then it's worth giving you something of an explanation. Before I do this though, let me assure you that if you are from those non-geoscience backgrounds, you have the ideal quantitative background already to study with us. Physics and maths students routinely join the MSc and find that our provision of the fundamental geological background is perfectly sufficient to help them appreciate the geological context for that existing quantitative expertise. Geophysics involves the use of physical principles to say something about the structure of the Earth's subsurface or all the processes going on within it. Exploration geophysics is applying those principles to image particular targets or processes, all within that geological context. In the geophysicist toolkit are a range of exploration methods, including seismic, electrical and radar imaging, gravity and magnetic techniques, petrophysics and computational methods. Increasingly, we see the use of artificial intelligence algorithms to improve the efficiency of handling data or drawing additional insight from a dataset. And which sectors use geophysics? Well, here is a graphic that I took from Leeds' own Geosolutions Centre that illustrates different geophysics applications. Please do pause this video and zoom in should you wish. Now, historically, geophysics has been a key technology in the resources sector, say for mining or hydrocarbons applications. And moving forward, it underpins subsurface understanding for energy transition and net zero purposes. These include low carbon technologies like geothermal power or carbon storage operations. Now, without geophysics, it would be impossible to monitor these subsurface infrastructures and ensure that they are developed safely and sustainably. Furthermore, geophysics is routinely used in engineering site investigations to, say, de-risk construction operations, or environmentally, for example, to determine whether groundwater is vulnerable to contamination. Leeds' MSc Exploration Geophysics degree is hosted in the School of Earth and Environment, a school which consistently ranks at the top of research rankings. Now, this is important for you as a student since the research expertise of our teaching staff is directly embedded throughout the curriculum, hence you can be assured that you're experiencing the cutting edge of the geophysical field. So let's talk more specifically about Leeds' Exploration Geophysics MSc. Here's a further graphic that I feel encapsulates the syllabus of Exploration Geophysics quite neatly. First of all, our syllabus is designed to give you a general geophysical toolkit so that you can apply geophysical methods in whichever career path you choose to follow upon graduation. We start by helping you understand the key subsurface properties that influence a geophysical response and help inform whether a target is at all suitable for geophysical surveying. We then cover geophysical data acquisition methods. Indeed, you will undertake geophysical fieldwork as part of the MSc. And we also give you specialist training in computational and machine learning methods as applied to geoscience challenges. Here we have then the basis for a geophysical data interpretation, whether that's qualitative imaging of subsurface structure or a more quantitative appraisal of the geophysical properties you're investigating. Finally, this is all placed in the context of the target you're exploring, whether that's for a particular resource, a particular process in the subsurface, or some kind of environmental or engineering risk posed at a site. In addition to these core technical competencies, we'll also train you with academic and work-ready skills, such as how to critically evaluate interpretations and how to communicate geophysics observations to various audiences. Put another way, Exploration Geophysics, or XGP as we abbreviate it, offers advanced technical training in the use of geophysical and computational methods to understand any subsurface target. We feel that our graduates have the skills to apply geophysics in any investigative setting, opening up diverse sectors of employment for them. and certainly the diverse employers of our graduates agree. We do this via a modern teaching approach, as well as a number of classroom lectures. You'll undertake software practicals and workshops. We have our own dedicated software cluster that runs the exact same software that you'll then later use in professional practice. We also have a sector-leading stock of geophysical field equipment that you'll experience on field trips and also any independent research project you wish to do. The university also hosts a living lab geothermal exploration facility, part of net zero ambitions for the campus, and insight from this may also be available to you for project work. Indeed, all of the data examples and coursework that you'll experience through the degree is drawn from real-world examples, embedding authentic practice throughout our programme. So what would your Exploration Geophysics year look like? It's a 180 credit programme running from September to September of any academic year and includes 120 credits of taught course content through autumn and spring semesters. The autumn semester here teaches you many fundamentals of geophysical methods, the tools of the trade, if you will. We establish fundamental geological principles, including through a geological field trip, and explore the petrophysical interplay between fluids and rocks, while also establishing skills in programming and computational data analysis. The geophysical methods of seismic reflection surveying and gravity and magnetic techniques are also explored here. In semester 2, we move towards the more interpretative side of the discipline, establishing what we do with those methods once we understand how they work. We look at seismic reflection interpretation and quantitative reservoir geophysics, alongside the application of geophysical techniques in the near-surface environmental and engineering fields, and that includes a week-long residential geophysics field trip. You'll also undertake a machine learning and statistics module shared across other MSc disciplines in the school, through which you will meet an even more diverse geoscience cohort. The culmination of your MSc is a 60 credit independent research project which takes place over summer. Now, as far as possible, we try to tailor these to your interest and expertise, and very often they involve external partners either through industry internships or shorter placements over the summer. They may also involve field deployment, but whichever direction you choose, your project provides you with the opportunity to make your own mark on an authentic area of exploration geophysics research. For me, one of the most powerful benefits of being an exploration geophysics student and then a graduate is the uniquely well-developed network of industrial contacts that you will access. Other than a one-year hiatus at the height of the COVID pandemic, we've run continuously for 6 decades, and you can find exploration geophysics graduates throughout the professional geoscience sector. Should you find yourself at an industrial conference or meeting, just mention XGP and you'll usually find someone who's been there before you and who knows the reputation of the course and therefore the skills that you carry. Now, this is equally true if you're looking at an academic career on graduation and are interested in PhD study. Now, to support your professional network, we maintain really close links with a range of companies. The picture shown here, for example, is an industrial workshop taking place in our computer cluster for the benefit of our students. We also run weekly career seminars to give you a taster of the varied career opportunities within the geoscience sector. So there's lots of potential for outside engagement during your time in Leeds. I would also highlight that companies approach us directly with requests to spread word about their career opportunities to our student body. That is the reputation of the Exploration Geophysics syllabus and its graduates, and that therefore gives you priority access to all of those opportunities. Now, while we're talking about those opportunities, let's take a look at where our graduates end up. Well, describe to me the geoscience sector and I will show you career pathways for our graduates. Many of them find instant employment post-MSc, and this can include in the resource and the energy industries. Equally, graduates will find work within the consulting houses. They're the specialists to undertake the detailed acquisition or processing of data for those larger companies. Graduates also find careers within the engineering sector, currently undertaking an enormous recruitment drive to support the development of infrastructure projects, including transport networks and wind farm installations. Then there are the public sector agencies who use geophysics, the varied national geological surveys, for example, and then PhD routes into further research. But don't just take my word for it. Our course webpage features links to a number of graduate testimonials, and I'll highlight 2 cases here. The first of those is of Nana Ijeoma. Nana studied with us between 2016 and 2017, having done a physics with applied geophysics undergraduate degree in Nigeria. Now, he particularly valued the support we gave him in realising his ambitions to do an industrial placement for his summer project. Now, on graduation, Nana really felt that he could reflect on having benefited from that foot in the door that an industrial project gave him, and he immediately became a field engineer with the company Schlumberger back home in Nigeria. Second, I'll feature Louise Parks, now Dr. Louise Parks. Louise came from a pure physics undergraduate route and then went on to undertake PhD research in seismic imaging at the University of Edinburgh. The research skills she encountered at Leeds really laid the foundation for her research career, and you can see her quote on that there. Nana and Louise are just two graduates, but they highlight the multicultural and multi-background demographic in the XGP cohort. And I would also highlight that you don't have to have the geo background to thrive as an XGP student. Of course, there is a question of funding for postgraduate study, and I'm sure it will be a consideration for many of you. Now, for UK students coming from a 3-year undergraduate programme, you can access a UK postgraduate loan from the UK government. If you're also watching this as a former Leeds undergraduate, you can benefit from a 10% alumnus discount on your tuition fees. We also have a number of industrial or charitable scholarship opportunities which are periodically offered to us, and opportunities to apply for these will be communicated to all offer holders. To be informed about these opportunities, we'd always recommend that you make an application even if you don't currently hold funding, so that your details are registered in our system and our admissions teams can keep you in the loop. I would also suggest that you keep checking Leeds Central Scholarships page for Masters funding. The address is given just here. Our entry requirements are that you have an undergraduate degree at UK 2-1 level or the equivalent international qualification. Your undergraduate degree does not have to be an earth science one, and instead should just feature some mathematical or computational content. If you have a shortfall in your grade, you can compensate this by demonstrating relevant work experience, so do make sure that this is clearly listed in your CV. If English is your second language, then we do have a required English proficiency threshold that is detailed on our programme website. So I think that's quite enough from me. If you have any questions or concerns, then you can either email me or admissions teams at the addresses shown here. I do appreciate that there are some significant considerations that go into finalising your plans for postgraduate study, but let me assure you that teaching teams here at Leeds are always available to discuss Leeds Exploration Geophysics MSc, and you should absolutely feel free to reach out with any questions at all. Much of the information I've given here and more can be found directly on our course page. Just type Leeds Exploration Geophysics into your search engine of choice and you'll find our course. It just remains for me to thank you for watching this video, and whichever degree programme you end up choosing, I wish you every success in your future career. Thanks and goodbye for now.